And you say, well, what they're saying is, when he's not around, you're saying things about him. Right. But if I said physically he's talking behind my back, where would he be? Oh, he'd be right here behind my back. No. He would actually be standing in front of you.
Now, you know what? I think people are going to have to really think about what you just said, because they think that behind your back is that they're behind you. But they really need to think about that. Keep going, brother.
That's actually, because then if you say, well, what in front of your back? Oh, it's right. Oh, okay, I get it. Yeah, exactly, because that's your back. Now, if they're behind your back, they're actually standing in front of you. Now, if you said he's talking behind my face, then they'll be standing where your back is at.
Yeah.
Same thing with a conspiracy theory. I'm going to say you a conspiracy theorist. What you're really saying is, I actually know that there's people who plot to do evil deeds. But if I label somebody a conspiracy theorist, and then I tell them, man, he's just a conspiracy theorist, then the person that hears it assumes, oh, he believes in stuff that he can't prove. No, a conspiracy theorist, what you call them, is actually saying there's people out there that's putting together a plot to do evil. So if I tell you, man, they out there doing some BS to us, man, I don't trust them. They could be lying to us when they put something in these serums to give our babies. The average person goes, you right. Then I say, guess what? You're a conspiracy theorist. No, it ain't. That's what conspiracy means, is that you know that these people are doing this.
Yeah. Yeah, man. The programming. It's the programming to accept anything that's told to you. Oh, man. Okay, so moving right along, brother. The etymology of words. You were breaking down the word insane, but can you talk about the word insane and then the etymology of words?
Right. Well, etymology is the forming of words, the origin of words. Like when you look in the dictionary, majority of the dictionary will give you, I would say 40 to 50% of what etymology will give you. You can go online. It's called etymology.com. That's etymology. So, like, I'm glad you brought it up. Like, I'll give you an example. If a person says, man, he worshiping Satan, and I say, who is Satan? The average person can't tell you. Well, Satan, he went against God. Okay. I didn't ask you what he did. I asked you who he was. When you go to etymology, you type in Satan, you're going to find out Satan ain't the dude you thought he was. Satan only means an adversary. That's all it means. Somebody who goes against. It does not mean it's a single person. So, the same thing with insane. You take I-N off of sane, and I said, he's sane. You say, well, that's cool. I mean, he has all his faculties. But if I call you insane, why would you call me crazy? Because if I say I'm in tune with nature, you would say, oh, he's one with nature. If I say I'm into this game, that means I'm paying attention. But when we use the term insane, that means I'm crazy. How did you get that? Shouldn't it be outsane would make me crazy? Because if I'm insane, that means I'm in control of my sanity. You see?
Yeah. Or what about desane? Something like that.
or that too.
Yeah.
You're right. You're back in your sanity, yes. But that's what we need to start doing. And I like that you brought this up because I forgot about it. We need to start studying when they say something. Majority of the words I learned, we don't even know. We just get accustomed to hearing them, and we know when we hear them what it's supposed to mean, and so we just say them.
Yeah, yeah, and we don't have well, you know, I guess we learn the words, and we agree just because we were taught those particular words to mean a certain thing, we accept it and we roll with it. When you listen to Neely Fuller, I bring up Neely Fuller all the time because I listen to him all the time, and he talks about words just like you just said, and basically he's saying that it's almost insanity. But but the insanity, you know, I think he even uses insane. But if you were to call into his show and said, Mr. Neely Fuller, I want you to listen to this. Well, he got a thing that says victims guaranteed qualification, VGQ. So if you called into the show and broke down insane to him, I think he would probably say, you know, you made a great point there. But you know, he's saying that we're all victims and we should be heard because we've been victimized by this society we live in, this world we live in because of, you know, white supremacy, racism. But yeah, man, yeah, I think you need to keep teaching us, man. You know, contribute to this, man.
Is it okay to make this point?
Yeah, go ahead. No, go ahead. This is we got time. Go ahead.
About an hour ago, I had a conversation with my brother, and I know him very well. I know how he was looking through the phone, and he's just real quiet. I said, man, it's a program, bro. It's a program, and it's okay that the program was what it is or what it once was. But the key is to reprogram yourself how you want your software, which is your brain and your mind to be. It's okay. It's okay. I'm not mad. I'm mad if I don't do what it takes to reprogram myself. You wake up in the morning, everything you do is programmed. You wake up in the morning, and then majority of the number one food that is promoted in the morning is an egg. When you crack the egg, it's yellow and it's a circle. Looks just like the sun. So therefore, you get the egg during the morning when the sun comes out. And most people like their eggs what they call sunny side up. Okay. Then what do you do after that? Oh, you begin to get ready for work. You go to work. You work hard because you got to get paid. You need the money. Your wife says you want a new necklace. Then you come home. You smoke a cigar. You put your feet up. You get some food. You talk to your kids. You might watch the basketball game. You get some intimate time with your wife. You go to sleep. You wake up and you do it all over again. Mm. It's a program. That was not how this was supposed to go. It's only supposed to go that way if you don't mind the programmer. You don't mind them doing like that. You'll be all right. Just come on. That's fine. But in your heart, you know, and in your deep mind, not the fake mind, the deep mind. You know this ain't how it's supposed to be. You question it, but when you see others around you not questioning it, then you stop. But when others around you start questioning it, then you start questioning. Then you start saying, "Oh, okay, yeah, that young sister got a point, that brother got a point. We'll make it up." And then you start saying, "Let me program myself how I want to be." You have every right to say, "I want to program myself on how I want to be." I'm not going to walk that way. I'm going to walk over here because I like it cooler over here. I'm not going to go to sleep at 9 p.m. Why I got to go at 9? You know what I mean? Because I want you ready and fresh for work. Or why not? I'll learn to work for you so I would never work for you again. So I can work for myself. Why not do that? Oh, it's going to be tough. It's going to be tough. Anything you want is tough. If you got to go out there and get it, it's tough. So programming can be broken. It takes time. It can be broken. It can be done. My mother, she's a Christian, and you can't tell her. Even all this information I share with her. Oh, you got to hear my baby. When he come up here from California, he gonna be dropping some. She called it dropping some heavy stuff. He gonna be dropping some heavy stuff. Hey, brother, she's still a Christian. No matter what I can drop all the knowledge, she's still a Christian. I can open that book to that Bible, go anywhere with it. I say, Mama, open that book. Yeah. See, let me see. Oh, I'll open that book. Genesis. In the beginning, there was heaven and earth, and the void was amidst the deep. Yeah, that's what it say. Who talking? God. I said, where does it say God is talking? Well, it ain't gotta say it. Well, it ain't gotta say it, then how you gotta be right? Well, see, baby, and that's the programming. So I'm not mad at my mom. It's the program. I see some kids, bro. It broke my heart. I see like a mother. She had like purple hair, dyed her hair purple. Her daughter out there dyed her hair purple, about 7 years old, man. And it was about 7 o'clock in the morning. They eating flaming hots and just bumping Young G's. 7 o'clock.
Flaming hot Cheetos, huh?
Yeah, bumping G's. And that little girl, 7 years old, had that for breakfast. The program, her program is, I want to stay on this level of decadence. I want to stay just like this. So it don't make me emotional until I see the kid. I don't think that kid want to stay programmed like that. But hey, I can only help those that the universal creator and elder send me to help. I can only do that. I can't interfere. You know.
Man, you mentioned religion or the Bible and Christianity.
Right.
You know, I was thinking the other day, man, and I want to bring this up because, you know, I listen to a lot of information and I formulate ideas, and I was talking to a buddy of mine.
Yeah.
And you know how this is why I say this, and I'll stick to this. I say that we have no idea about the Most High. Because if you can fathom an entity that's able to be in everybody's thoughts and minds and know everything that everybody's doing on the earth, every animal, every insect, I mean, how can you fathom that?
Right.
The human mind can't fathom what the Most High is.
Right.
We can't even mess with that. And then for formal religions to have an authority on what is when it comes to the Most High or the Creator, whatever you want to say, or whatever title you give the responsibility entity of all of this. We can't even fathom anything like that. So how can we say that Christianity and Islam and Buddhism, you know, all of these formal religions, how can we say that what they're trying to convey to everybody is accurate and true?
Right.
Man, it's so we so out of touch with what's going on, I think. I mean, especially when you say that this is it. I'm like, wait a minute. How could that just be it? But I got to leave people where they are, just like people got to leave me where I am. But I'm constantly trying to grow, brother. That's for sure. So give me your take on religion, man, since you brought that up earlier. And I got to always spill a little bit of something.
No problem. I respect religion. I respect religious individuals. Every individual, any individual that chooses religion, for whatever reason, you have that human right. You have that right to say, I want to practice. I practiced Islam when I was 18 and 19 years old. Each religion is, to me, like a school. Some people don't go to that school. They go to that school over there. Some, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And some people go to that school and then graduate out of that school. So I graduated out of Islam when I learned as much as I needed for the time frame that I did. I graduated out of Christianity when I learned what I needed to learn from it and apply what I can to my life and share with the family. You know, same thing with when people they want to get into a religion, that whatever religion you get into, you have that. I would assume to the listener, you ask yourself this question: whatever I decide to believe in, would I put that on somebody else? See, you ain't worshiping the Lord like I am. Okay, well, what religion that is positive and powerful that will have an individual say something so narcissistic? You ain't worshiping God the way I am. Oh, okay. You know, I give everybody their respect. every religious person, as long as they are sticking to the script of their religion, don't bother me now. You know what I mean? And I respect whatever your belief is. I respect it as long as it doesn't interfere with harming person, place, or objects for no reason. I don't have a problem with it. You believe in an onion? Hey, look here, man. You know, that's your. You know, you cry when you do. Other than that, I respect you. But when you try to bring it my way and dominate me with it, then that's when I have the problem. Other than that, man, when I see my grandmama and I go visit, man, and she's still in the Lord and Jesus is going to come back, I'll just be right there with her. Why would I say, well, you know that ain't his real name, grandma? You know, why would I do my grandmama like that? She's like 89 years old. You know what I mean? So I've never bashed nobody's religion. Although they bash the fact that I don't have one, I still respect them. But when you keep bothering me now, that I don't want to put nothing on you now. When you were thinking 3-4 days in a
now answer this. What about when people say, because you don't ascribe to what they, you know, I don't even use the word belief, but what they, you know, believe, what, you know, I don't, like I said, I don't like to use the word, but what they ascribe to, and they call you an atheist, how would you respond to that?
Well, once again, it's a box.
Uh-huh.
That's the program. The program is designed to, if you don't do what I do, I create a box for you and put you over there. Oh,
okay.
So you want to, but see, that's the program. The program is designed to go that way. America, do as we do, or we'll cut your water off. We won't feed you.
Mm.
And the thing is, most people, they should, you know, there you go again, etymology. And then when you get with these people that they just throw words out, they ain't even looked it up, brother. They just say stuff. Well, see, he atheist, he don't believe in God. Is that what atheist is? Yeah. You look that up to find out that that's what an atheist is? You know? And they haven't looked these words up. And you say, well, you look up an atheist, they say, well, it comes from theist, and then you're dealing with theo. And then when you, I'm not going to tell them all that. I want them to do their own work. Then when you look that stuff up, you go, oh, that means this, that means that. If a person says, I don't believe in God, let's just say a person says that. They say, well, he don't believe in God. They say, well, he's a bad person. I said, well, I know more people that believe in God who've done more evil on the planet Earth than you can ever imagine.
Wow.
Your presidents all believe in God. Do you know they drop bombs on innocent children at times? All of them say, in God we trust. All of them believe in God. Kennedy. What was the war about? When a lot of people were dying in those wars? But he was considered the best president we had. But he still was the man behind pushing it. But when it came out of the war, because we all must know, your president don't have that much power. He only controls the majority of what he controls is the war. And all the presidents believe in God. And look what they're doing to innocent babies.
Yeah, it's sending mixed signals, you know? Yeah. It's
me personally, I know that there's a divine power much greater than myself, but whether you call it God or not, that's up to the individual. Because I can walk outside right now, and as arrogant as we all are, how do you walk outside and you have these things called nostrils, and then you have this thing called a mouth, and you breathe in and out, and you take it for granted.
Yeah.
The trees did not yield you any oxygen. You can't breathe.
So you are dependent on nature to even be around, and then there's a connection between you're a living entity between all living things to make it work.
To make it work.
Yeah, and I want to encourage you, brother, to check out Neely Fuller because you sounding like him in some instances.
I'm gonna check him out now.
Yeah, you got a weekly show produced. I can send it to you. I'll send it to you, man. You know, information is powerful, man. You know, to have and appreciate. You talking about living a good life. I think living a good life has to do with having good information. You know, I'm talking about worthy, concrete, constructive information, man, that so you can, do the right things in your life. And I think that brings joy because when I decided to change my life, and it takes a lot for me to even get upset, man, because I know that the people around me know not what they do. Yep. And I know they program and they're not really looking for truth.
Right.
So, I would love to have you, be a part of a regular rotation, man, once we get our website up and going, man. You bringing some information that's so worthy for people to hear, man. Tell me this, we coming up on almost 51 minutes. Is there any other thing that you would like to, bring to the audience that, that may be helpful? Something you can, matter of fact, I ask you this. What do you think some people could do? What are some strategies or something that they could do to start turning their life around and becoming better people, in your opinion? What you think they can do?
Man, that was what I was about to add is connected to the question. So we definitely, brother, vibing. Well, I saw somebody bragging about the car they had. I mean, it was bragging, man. And and I noticed that when you point out stuff like that, you just jealous. You mad because you ain't got it. You bragging about a car that you just got, but 10 years from now you're going to sell it. Let that sink in. How can you brag on something that you're going to end up giving away anyway? So that's a connection to better itself. The arrogance. We need to decrease the arrogance, man. We are some arrogant creatures, man. We are extremely arrogant about, how can you brag that you got a degree? Yeah, that's saying I'm very intelligent. But shouldn't the person, if somebody was going to brag, shouldn't it be the person that gave it to you?
Well, let me say this before you continue. Let me say this. I got several degrees.
Yeah.
Okay, and basically, if you ask me, you just paying for those degrees.
See?
And then how do colleges and educational institutions stay in business? they got you got to pass students so more students can come.
See, that's what I'm saying. That's the connection. How to better the life. When you realize what you think you're getting, you might be losing something on the other end. So if you say, well, how can that apply that to my life? Well, where do you want to get better at? Well, I just think I should be a better dad, a better mom. Okay, ask yourself this one question. If you decide to be better, why do you want to be better? Because I think my children deserve it. Then work from that point on. Stop working from the outside. Work from the inside. We always work from the outside. Let me see what dude would think about this. What if I go get this? Everything's always on the outside of us. Nothing on the internal. We have to internalize. You know what, man? We got thoughts that we don't share with people. We got ideas we might not think a person may agree with because they might laugh at it. It was not up to par. The inner self is more important than the outer shell. That's how we get better. Going within self. As a brother, rest in peace, used to say, I love this brother, Delbert Blair.
Oh, yeah. Delbert Blair. Yes, sir.
I met him in 2009, man. Went straight to his house. So I found him on the phone, and he said, brother, you can come by. I don't mind. I was in Milwaukee visiting. I said, you gonna let me in his house? You don't even know me. But anyway, he states it's better to go within than to go with. I'd rather go within than to go without.
Yeah.
That's how we better self. Being honest to oneself. I learned we can lie to anybody. but you can't lie to the soul. The soul is your recorder for every deed you have done and for every personality trait you got. Now, the mind, you can easily trick that because the mind does nothing but process things. So if you say, I'm 7 foot, the mind say, okay, you 7 foot. The soul is looking like, nah, he know damn well he ain't 7 foot. Well, we gonna show him, and then what happens? That's ego. You get out there, you 5'4", and now somebody really 7 foot, and you gonna try him because your ego has convinced you you're 7 foot. But the soul already know, yo, come on, man, that ain't the real you.
Yeah, that's like your conscience telling you, okay, man, let's get to reality.
You're right, and that's how most people don't better their life because they don't do what you just said.
Yeah.
They don't. Come on, man. Let's figure this out. Let's be for real with us. We don't do that. Only time I notice when a lot of us humans start to get for real when all their options have been exhausted.
Mm.
That's when
Yeah.
they get for real.
Yeah.
Because even the statement, okay, let me be honest, man. Okay, look, let me tell you the truth. It starts from, because the options you got tons of options to lie. So when you realize, okay, it ain't gonna work, you know what, man, let me go on and tell you the real. Yeah, I stole it. See? But you didn't plan on telling them until you ran out all the options.
Wow.
And now we get real with each other or ourselves when we run out of options. So, but I do it like this. Let's not have any options. And then you'll be 100 with yourself. I don't have no options. I can always, no, don't do that. Is it going to work? No. Then move on. You got a good relationship with your children? Yeah. Okay. You got a good relationship with their mom? No. Okay. Do you want a better relationship with them? To be honest with you, no. Okay. But the way that she interacts with you and the kids is unhealthy. Yeah, but still, see, no. The good that you was honest that you ain't gonna act right. But in order for that situation to go well with them children and her, you gonna have to figure it out. And that's when the ego starts to convince you that it's you that's talking. The ego, another time we get into the ego, how the ego convinces you that it's actually you. That's extremely deep. Ego is has a separate, it's like a separate entity within you. It is not you. It will convince you that it's you. That's the deep about bettering self. When do you let the ego go?
Yeah, man. Well, look, man, I can't wait to do this again, brother. Because people got to hear brothers like you.
I appreciate it.
Yeah, man. I appreciate your time and everything, man. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to end this recording. Man, stay up and keep doing what you do, and I can't wait to do it again.
You got my number anytime, brother.
Okay, so I'm going to pause this and then just hold on a second, please.
Oh,